All right, and we are live.
Okay, I think we're good to go. So we're on YouTube. Thanks for joining. We're on Instagram. Thanks for joining, and we're also on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's been a while since we went live, and the kids are finally back in school. Usually, if you've been around for a while, especially a lot of you guys on YouTube, you know that we would go live once a week, and we call it Vino Vent. And when the kids get out of school for summer, we take a break, and then we come back in the fall. So kids are back in school, and so we are back. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We have a lot to catch up on. But Thomas, what do we need to do first?
Oh, first we need to cheers. That's what we need to do. So, welcome to Vino Vent. Whether you are drinking Chardonnay, Cabernet, a White Claw, a Truly, water, apple juice, Pepsi, not Coke, or Shirley Temple. Cheers to you.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. We made it through another week.
We did make it through another week, and what a week it was.
It has been a doozy of a week. But before we get started in catching you guys up and y'all catching us up, why don't you guys tell us where you're from? Where are you tuning in from?
Tristan over on TikTok said, "We are back." Yes, we are. We are back. We're so happy to be back. The UK.
Oh yeah, somebody said, "Where's the vino?" Usually we show what we're drinking. I am having one of these.
Yep, and I am just drinking a Chardonnay tonight. I don't want my teeth to be red. I was on a red kick this weekend, but I don't want my teeth to be red during our live.
All right, so we have San Diego, Los Angeles, California, New York, Montreal, South Carolina, Crescent City, California.
Hold on, keep doing that.
Tampa Bay, Florida, Seattle, Ohio, Vero Beach, Florida, Raleigh, North Carolina, Palm Springs, California, Massachusetts, Brazil, Cleveland, Ohio, Argentina, South Carolina, Canada, Cincinnati,
Ottawa. Wow.
Indiana, Oklahoma, Maine,
Puebla, Mexico.
Denver, Atlanta. You're not too far from us.
No.
Fort Worth, Texas, Murfreesboro, Argentina, Vancouver, San Antonio, Texas, Vermont,
Houston,
Seattle, Italy,
Sydney.
Ooh, that's far.
Wow. Rhode Island. Oh, I've always wanted to go to Rhode Island.
Charleston, Nashville, DFW.
Dallas, Fort Worth. Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so. Toronto,
Peru,
Japan. That's another one. NYC.
So cool.
Ireland.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Incredible.
Okay. Chattanooga to Pensacola. Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I know it was a little impromptu. We've been talking about the kids' first week back was last week. They went back on Tuesday, and we were trying to figure out when we wanted to go live. So we've decided this is like the unofficial kickoff to Vino Vent for this season, but we're still trying to decide. We've always done it on Sundays, but towards the end of last year, or I guess this past year, but we had thought about moving it to Monday and tried that a couple of times just because weekends are kind of crazy with the kids and the farm. But I don't know. We're still playing around. We may do Sunday. We may do Monday. Y'all can let us know which you prefer.
Pop quiz, do you remember the last time we did a Vino Vent? You're not going to believe it.
Well, I think it was May.
It may have been, but the last one that's on YouTube that's saved is February. Doesn't that seem wild?
Not right. No, that's not right, because we talked about our upcoming beach trip and how we were gonna try to do it at the beach, but didn't know how that was gonna work out. And I think that was the last one.
Okay. can someone confirm to me on YouTube, go to like our lives, and the last one maybe just wasn't populating, but I thought that was crazy also.
Yeah.
I was like, February seems like way too long.
Clinton said you had one that didn't go to YouTube.
Oh, because we couldn't get YouTube working.
That was that towards the end of that. I think that was when we were having issues with our internet. I don't remember actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. But so we're playing around with switching the days of Vino Invent, but we're also playing around with getting rid of Vino Invent.
Meaning just the name. And we don't know. Sometimes I don't like drink vino.
Yeah.
Like last year I did, like I was just like, I wonder how long I can go without drinking. Not because I have a problem, but just because I was like, I haven't done that in my adult life. And so I stopped drinking for like 4 months. And that was when I brought up, I was like, well, what if I don't ever want to drink again?
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I am drinking, but like, what's a name that we could have for people who don't drink vino or want to have a cocktail? But we have one name. Do you want to say it or no?
Yeah, we can say it. Yo, you want me to say it? So we thought about changing, so like keeping a similar format to Vino Invent, which is where we go live with you guys on going forward, probably on Monday nights and catch up. But we were thinking about changing it to another thing that we do, which is called Keep and Delete. And so the format would kind of shift towards like we each give our keep and delete of the week, which is like the best part of the week and then the worst part of the week. And we kind of discuss that in detail. And you guys can share your keep and deletes too.
See, that whole aspect of it, I like it just because like everybody could say their keep and their delete.
Which is kind of like venting. And I will probably still be vinoing during it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Message us and tell us what you would prefer. Or you can say it in here. But
keep and delete or Vino and Vent.
I'm probably okay with either, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I still like Vino and Vent. I think it's fun.
Vino and Vent original. Okay.
Yeah. So this week, what was the big thing that happened?
Well, should we do an overall like catch up?
Sure.
Let's catch you guys up on the summer. And also, we'd love to know what y'all have been up to. It'll be hard for us to tell you what we've been up to and also read. So maybe we'll catch you up and then y'all can catch us up. But so kids got out of school in end of May. We also plan to go to the beach shack that we have in the Gulf of Mexico. God.
Yeah, first of all, he's never said that before.
Well, no, I intentionally was going to say Gulf of Mexico because...
Oh, like you shoving it to the man.
Yeah, but anyways, we have... that White Claw's already getting to me.
Is that a surge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a little beach shack in the Gulf of Mexico, and so we went down there for my birthday, end of May. Also happened to be the kids' last day of school. We actually held them out the last day, but you get the point. We went down to the beach shack, stayed for a week, and then we came back. Kids had a summer program all of June, and then I'll let you take over with July.
So then, June we were home, and then July we did 4th of July with my brother, maybe, or your aunt, I don't know. And then we packed everything up and went to the beach shack again, where we stayed for a little over 2 weeks. It was the longest that we've ever stayed there. Our beach shack is very small. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. How many square feet? 700?
Yeah, I think so. Right at 700.
700 square feet. So it was the 5 of us, like us and our 3 kids and our 2 dogs. And it's so fun down there. We love it. We always fall into a routine while we're at the beach shack of just going to the beach every day, lounging and relaxing. The kids play in the waves. But then after 2 weeks of doing that every day, like you would think that you would be like, oh, I never want to leave. And I think we definitely felt that in the beginning. But then we were like, there is such a thing as too much beach.
Yeah.
And so like the sun and the surf and the waves and like it just all became a little, I don't know, too much. And so we were like, all right, now we're ready to get back to normal and get back to a routine and get back to real life, because that's not real life. So then we, after a little over 2 weeks, we headed back. But it was a fun beach trip because my mom came and stayed with us for a week.
I was going to say, we actually ended up only being down there like 1 or 2 days without having company,
Yeah.
which is crazy because it's almost 7 hours away from our house. But even when we're down there, we'll run into people that are from our town or people that we know, which is crazy. It kind of makes it feel like home just because. What?
Speaking of the beach, someone said, my boyfriend and I saw Thomas at Publix in PCB a couple weeks ago, and we were too scared to say hi. You should have said hi. I would have loved to have met you.
Last year we ran into somebody at the Publix that he's talking about.
It's a popular place.
But yeah, so Thomas's mom came down for the first 7 days. I think she was only planning to stay for 4, but we were having so much fun, and we and the kids kept talking her into staying longer. And then our friend Nick came down. He and Lila had one night of where they both were there, and then Lila left the next day, and then Nick stayed a couple days. And then when Nick left, we had 1 day of no company, and then our friend Bo came down, and he was there for 2 nights. And then I think we left like 2 days after Bo. Wasn't that much longer.
2 or 3 after he left.
So I guess we had like 4 nights alone, but it was a lot of fun.
It was. Travis said, oh my, where did Lila sleep? So Lila is my mom, and she slept in our kids' room. They have like a bunk bed situation, so she slept on the bottom bunk, and it was tight. That's what I mean. That was another part of it. It's such a small house for at one point 6-7 people to stay in. So it was a little tight, but it's our happy place. We love it so much down there, and it was like we're happy to we enjoyed our time while we were there, but we're happy to be home.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't go back for a while, so it just kind of gets us excited to when we do return. It'll be a good feeling.
Yeah, and it's like last year it had sat vacant for maybe 7 months before it was like we used it and then nobody used it. But Thomas's and my sister-in-law, Thomas's sister, and her wife went down and stayed twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy that helped us get internet at the farm, if you followed that whole drama of not being able to get internet, I let him go down and stay for a couple of days because he helped us get internet. And this month we have Thomas's sister and wife are going to be going down. I think they're going to stay like a week. And then we have friends who are going to go down as well. And then Thomas's mom and her friend are going to go down in October. So I'm just happy it's getting used.
Did you say my sister and her husband went?
Oh, I forgot about Amy. Yeah, Amy went too.
Yeah, it's getting some use. I'm loving that. Someone said this was cute. I want to shout them out. Jared Ford said, I love y'all. I just married my high school sweetheart after 11 years of dating.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats. That is awesome.
Someone on YouTube asked a fun question. Amanda said, what was one of your favorite things you did this summer with your kids? The first thing that comes to mind is actually something that you have been doing with them, which is playing an old board game a lot. And they have a lot of fun. And you have a lot of fun doing it too.
Yeah. Is Keith on here? Thank you for that over on TikTok. I didn't see Keith, but so Keith, he's been on our YouTube live for a long time, but Keith always, like maybe every month or so or every 2 months, he'll send us like a care package. And on the last one, he sent Connect 4, and the kids played it and they didn't know how. So I sat down to teach them how to play it. And then whenever I played with them, I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. It is like strategy. And so the entire time we were at the beach shack, we actually went and bought another Connect Four so that we'd have one down there, but we have one here and then we have one down there. But yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. Seeing you play with them is really, really cute because like seeing them learn how to play it and like have strategy. Like our daughter is 7 and she has beat him a few times. Like,
well, no, all the kids have beaten me
yeah,
a lot. Because what happens is you start focusing on how you're going to win and you stop paying attention of how they're playing. And you're like, oh, I just need one more and I'm going to win. And then you just miss that they won it. Simple game. It does take strategy and it is a lot of fun. But
Keith is on here. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, we are loving it. It's actually inspired me to get another board game like from our childhood called Guess Who. And so now we're kind of getting into board games.
and the kids are like at the perfect age where they can understand and be able to play it. So yeah, that's fun. I'm trying to think.
The beach was something fun that we did.
I would say probably the beach.
Yeah.
I feel like that the entire week with your mom and the kids
that was my favorite.
Yeah, because you could tell that the kids loved your mom being down there and we loved your mom being down there, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I'd say that.
It was. And I keep saying it's like a realization that I've had this summer. The beach is literally the only place where our kids can play together without fighting at all. Like we go to the beach and they can play in the sand in the water for like hours and they don't fight. The three of them are like suddenly best friends and it's just wonderful. And after a summer of like being all together and them home all the time, towards the end of summer, they were starting to like argue and bicker and just like fight a lot. And so that little escape to the beach was perfect.
Hey, Sapna.
Oh, hi, Sapna.
But yeah, that was fun. And like, we're like pretty tight with our money. Like we don't really ever splurge on stuff. And when your mom is down there, we're like, we're going to treat this like vacation. We went out to dinner every single night. Or called it in dinner and brought it home. But it was just a fun. It felt like vacation, and it did. Very comfortable and fun. So yeah, that was my favorite memory of the summer with the kiddos. And then so that was all most of July. We came back and we had like 2 weeks left of July and we spent that mostly at the farm. And now we're home.
One thing that I did this summer, which someone asked over on TikTok earlier, they were like, what's the story with the blonde hair? I missed it. And so since we have been away from Vino Vent, I dyed my hair blonde in June for Pride Month. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Well, but I think we're missing one number.
Okay. So I dyed my hair in June for Pride Month. I've always wanted to dye my hair blonde, but I've always been too, I don't know, afraid, whatever. I don't know the word. Just didn't do it. And I finally just did it this summer, and it was really awful, to be honest. It looked like crap. I didn't like it. You didn't like it. It just was like the wrong.
Well, it was just the wrong color.
She messed up.
It was orange in the beginning.
Someone on TikTok thinks I look older than you. The one in the green hat looks way older, but I know he's younger than the other one. Yeah.
I have my days.
I think you do look younger than ever. Like, I feel like you just look young all the time though.
No. And that's okay. Like, aging is fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love getting older.
Oh, thank you guys over on TikTok.
Anyways, what I'm saying is I actually like my hair now that it's growing out with like brown more than I did whenever I first did it.
Hello, Andy, over on Instagram. Thank you for joining.
That's all I'm saying.
Thank you for that, Justin.
Yeah, Lane, apprehensive. I was apprehensive.
What is the next possible big trip with the kids? I'm gonna let you answer that one. because you're pushing for it.
Well, I am so glad that you asked, Tony, over on YouTube, because so our 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up in October. October 17th, actually, marks 10 years of the McKays of being married. And it's actually our 15th year as a couple, 10-year wedding anniversary. So it's like a big year. And I am campaigning to go somewhere to celebrate with PJ and I and the kids. I would love to do New York City, but I would also love to do like a Europe trip, like maybe an Amsterdam trip with the kids. They're all at really fun ages and they're good at traveling, and they've been wanting to go to like a New York City or even to somewhere in Europe. And so I'm like looking at flights every day. I'm sending them to PJ. We just have a problem with, I feel like you would be on board if it wasn't for our one problem that is kind of preventing us from traveling.
Yeah. So the problem is that if you've been following us for a long time, you know about our big dogs. So we had 2 German Shepherds, Aspen and Ellie, and they lived here for a long time. But then when we had coyote issues at the farm, they moved to the farm. They did help with coyotes. And then the coyotes came back. So we got a Great Pyrenees, which is supposed to help with coyotes. He was 2 years old, but he escaped over and over and over again. So I paid to have him rehomed. And so I paid $500 for him, and then I paid $500 to make sure that he went to a good home. But before he left, he got Ellie, which was Aspen's daughter, German Shepherd, pregnant. And Ellie had 2 puppies. Well, long story, but she had 2 puppies that made it, and they were Oliver and Adeline. Well, Dixie was the farmhand, or she's my best friend, but she was also who took care of all the farm animals. Dixie bought a piece of property and she moved, and she wanted a dog. So she took Oliver, and that left Adeline at the farm by herself. And you could tell that she was so sad. And so I was like, we can't do this. So I brought her here, and she is now an inside dog. She's in our bedroom right now asleep.
So sweet.
And she does not like anyone but the 5 of us. So Thomas and I and our 3 kids are the only people that she'll let around her. She's not aggressive in a way that she would like bite you, but she'll just take off and run. And so when we went to Florida, I was really pushing to take her, but she would not fit in the car with our luggage and the kids and the other 2 dogs, our small dogs. And so we decided to leave her here at the last minute. And when we did, she had severe separation anxiety and tried to get out the entire time that we were gone. Mm-hmm. So much so that she broke her upper canine tooth off. And she's only 3 years old, and that's way too soon to lose that tooth. And so like my problem is I don't know how we're ever going to go out of town again. We're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, that's the problem. And that's why it's hard for me to be like, yeah, let's go, because I know she will be devastated. And if it's like a short trip, I'm sure we could try to figure something out, but I just don't want her to hurt herself. But yeah, that's the problem.
It is the problem, and I feel I'm telling myself. So we have like 2 months. Well, all of August, September, kind of August, September. No, 2 months. I'm telling myself that we will get it sorted out before we leave. I don't know if we will. I just can't imagine spending, because the great thing is our anniversary is the 17th of October, and then the kids always go on fall break at school the week before. And so we would travel that week before and celebrate our anniversary during their fall break, so they wouldn't have to miss school, and it would just work out so perfectly.
So on Instagram, someone mentioned that maybe Dixie could watch her. I think it's been so long now. It's almost been a year. I don't know that she would even remember Dixie. I think if Dixie brought Oliver, that would help. But Dixie also said that Oliver is the same, and he tries to get out too. So I really I don't know. It's gonna be. What I hope is that we can get her used to Ethan, who is the person who takes care of all the animals now.
Mm-hmm.
But she does not like him.
No.
She doesn't like anyone, but she doesn't like him either. And he's been around her a lot, and she still does not like him. So I don't know.
Chatty said, been watching you both since way before the kids. I cried at the adoption.
Aw.
That's so amazing. Thanks for being here this whole time. Tony said, my partner and I love your videos. I hope the kids are liking the school year so far. I know it's been a week, but hope all is well.
And then
thanks, Tony.
Another Tony said, give them time and see how it goes. You never know. Yeah, that's kind of, I'm falling back on that. I think hopefully with enough time, because she's around him every single day because he is also our personal assistant. And so he's always like working from here, and he's at the farm when we're there, and the kid and Adeline's there, but she just does not like anybody.
Tom over on YouTube said, you need to slowly have someone get close to your dog. He needs to give her dog food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only problem is Adeline is like, could almost care less about food. Like for some reason, it's not really like something that entices her. She would rather just run and like starve herself.
Yeah, like when we got back from Florida, she wouldn't eat those first few days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. She's the smartest dog I've ever had, but she's also been the toughest.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's so devoted to PJ. And I love her. She's so smart, and she's also the first dog that we've let sleep in our room in 10 years.
Well, big dog too. She's the first big dog that we've ever let like be in our house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she has destroyed our hardwood floors. That's the biggest thing. I like when I look down at the floors and I see like carved claws in them, because she gets so startled by any loud noise. The cat will startle her, and she'll just like run real fast and slip, and her claws just. Yeah.
PJ gets so angry every time she does it. I'm just like, man, the floors, they've withstood 100 years. They're fine. See, this is what I love about the internet. That one person was like, Thomas looks so old. And then Tristan just said, Thomas looks so young. That's like, you can't please everyone.
Thank you, Edwin.
Thanks, Edwin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we haven't talked about where we are. So for those of you who have been on Vino Vent with us for the last couple of years, you know that we normally do Vino Vent in our kitchen. We have for years at our kitchen island. It's kind of like a little, meet us down in the kitchen for a late night chat with wine, and let's gossip and catch up. However, you also know that it's friggin' so uncomfortable, and our backs are always hurting because we're sitting on the stools at the island. And so we were like, why don't we switch it up and sit somewhere more comfortable? So tonight we are doing Vino Vent in our office.
Ted, you're right about Adeline needing a goat baby. If y'all remember, she took care of our lamb, Stella, and treated her like her baby. And Stella's still doing great. She joined the flock, and now she's like a sheep, little normal, like part of the flock sheep. But she still comes up. She's real loving.
Someone said, love your hair. Do you have diabetes?
Nope.
No. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Xavier.
So anyways, we, I don't know, PJ also wanted to do Vino Vent in our living room. So we may try that next week.
Yeah, we might play around with it until we find like the perfect comfortable spot. The most important thing is comfortable.
Yeah.
We both don't have great backs.
Yeah, I don't think that we can go back to the kitchen unless we just invest in some comfortable chairs that we only bring out for Vino and Vent. Maybe that like have a back, like counter height stools that have a back to them.
So Chatty asked how long Vino and Vent has been going on. It depends on so it's been going on since 8 o'clock tonight, but we've been going live we started on YouTube for years.
At least since 2018.
And it was very sporadic. We would do it. It wasn't on a schedule, but we would do it frequently.
Yeah.
And then we started going live on Instagram, and then we added TikTok to it. And so now we do all three at the same time. If you could see our setup, so we have our computer right here sitting on a colored pencil box to give it height. And then behind that, we have two tripods, one for Instagram and one for TikTok.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we've been doing it for years. It used to not have a name. Then a couple of years ago, we called it Vino Vent, or a year or two ago.
I think like 3 or 4. Yeah, because do you remember whenever during the pandemic we did Pillow Talk?
Mm-hmm.
So during the pandemic, we did a live called Pillow Talk, where we went live from our bedroom. That was fun. So we played around over the years with different formats and different names, but Vino and Vent has probably been around for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
Someone said, Austin over on Instagram said, you look much more comfortable compared to the kitchen setup, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. See, you can tell. You can just tell. Oh, Kay said, I loved Pillow Talk. Were you here for that? Are you just saying that? Were you really here for that? That'd make my day if you were here. Eddie said, who cooks better? I personally think that PJ cooks better. I cook more often, but I think you're a better cook overall.
No, Thomas, he does nearly 99% of the cooking now. And there was a time where I did 99% of the cooking, but when we had kids, we both cooked in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, before kids, you didn't really enjoy cooking. And then, no. I guess that shifted. The first, I don't know.
When we moved here, I feel like I experimented with cooking more because even on the blog, I posted recipes.
Oh, yeah. So what year was that?
We moved in here in 2017.
We got together in 2010. So before 2017, I did most of the cooking, and then you've been doing it mostly since.
Yeah, but you're I always say, PJ's more experimental in the kitchen, which I like, and he takes chances in the kitchen, and not always. And I think they always pay off.
I disagree. I think Thomas is a better cook. His mom is so good.
Oh, I think so too.
But she does the exact same thing you do. She's like, no, it's awful. It tastes awful. And it's like the best food I've ever had. And you do the same thing.
I think it's because we cook out of.
I know. Well, no, I feel like when you cook and you eat the food that you cooked, it's not as good because your senses have been overwhelmed with all the smells when you prepare the food.
Yeah. I think that's so true. And especially by the time you're ready to, I'm like, oh, it needs more salt. And I also think something's wrong with my taste buds because I've been adding so much salt lately. And then I'm like, oh, I'll taste it while I'm cooking. I'm like, oh, it needs more salt. So I add a little more, and then it gets to dinner, and everyone is like, it's so salty, I can barely eat it.
Will over on TikTok said it's went away now, but basically it's never as good when you cook it.
So true. Tony said, hey, this is my first time watching your video. Just subscribe to your channel and watch your videos. Well, welcome. Thanks.
So somebody over on Instagram said your pasta from today's video looks so good. We had a new vlog premiere on YouTube today, so if you haven't watched it, go give it a view and a like and a comment. Yeah. Going back to the old days.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Please like this video. Yeah. That pasta it actually turned out good.
It was so good.
It was the creamy one with the big noodles, and you know why I think it was so good was the lemon zest. It's my theory.
Well, it was yummy. How long have you been together? So we started dating in 2010. I haven't had a surgery in a while.
I know.
This is my first one too. They do hit differently.
They
than,
do
you
than
know.
the Trulies. Yeah.
2010. We got married in 2015. We started fostering our kids in 2019. We adopted 2 years later. So what was that?
21.
21. And then we're still together.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you want to see like that in what he said in video form, actually the most recent TikTok video we posted is how we met, and like our whole 15-year story in 1 minute. Hi, Christian over on Instagram. Hold on. Someone on YouTube said something that I don't remember. Oh, Kyle said, guys, I want to say I really love and enjoy your Substack articles. So well written, and the things you share are wonderful. Kyle, that means so much. Thank you. If you are unaware, we do have a newsletter on Substack called OK McKay.
that's Thomas's baby. I do not have anything to do with that. Thomas is an amazing writer.
Well, that's sweet. Well, we brainstorm like things to write about and stuff.
I sometimes help with
the creative
side of it, but I would say it's all Thomas.
Well, thank you. But if you are not subscribed just yet, you can go to pjandthomas.substack.com. We have a new issue out every Tuesday, and we just talk about like love and sex and marriage and relationships and being gay in a small town, and just, I don't know. We have a lot of fun over on Substack, so you should definitely check it out.
Read Travis's comment.
Travis said, also, Thomas, look back on Paula Dean's old show videos. She had the owner of Rayo's sauce on it. It was a Food Network show. Oh, amazing.
Matthew 95, where can he find the Substack?
So if you go to pjandthomas.substack.com, it'll take you right to our newsletter, and you can check out all of we've been doing it. It'll be 2 years this October. So you can check out our whole archive. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
You can check out our whole archive, 2 years. So in October, so in 2 months, we're going to be celebrating a 2-year anniversary of OK McKay, our newsletter. So we're going to be doing a giveaway. We did a giveaway last year. It was so much fun. It was our first big giveaway. So we'll do another giveaway to celebrate the 2 years, and we will hopefully see you over there. Yeah. So anyways, that's our newsletter. OK McKay. Hi, Greg. Hi, Alex and Sherlock.
Oh, wait.
So anyways, Ali said, I've never heard of Substack.
Austin, congratulations. Finally got married after almost 10 years together.
Amazing.
Advice for married life. I definitely think there's a transition from dating to married life, more so for us because we had only been together for 4 years when we got married. However, you've been together for 10, so you've probably worked out a lot of those kinks. Communication is key. Yeah. Thomas has been really good with communication. I had to learn better communication skills just because of how I was brought up. But yeah, I feel like as far as our communication at this point in our relationship, it's really good. And I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
Also learning to grow with each other, because what happens a lot of times when you get married is you're on the same page when you get married, but then you kind of grow apart. And I feel like that's where a lot of people have issues with their marriage.
Yeah, it's important to have, they don't have to be the same goals. I feel like it's great to have separate goals, but similar goals. And I feel like the one thing about us is we always had an idea of the life that we wanted. So even when we first got together 15 years ago, we knew one day that we wanted a family. We didn't know how it would happen, We didn't know how it would come together, but we always knew that we wanted a family. Home, the idea of home, what it looks like, what it feels like, was also very important to us. So yeah, I just I don't know. Never stop dating. Also,
That's a good one. Yeah. Sapna said, anything happening with my sister Montana and singing. So
while you do that, I'm gonna get a refill. Do you want?
No, I am good.
Okay.
My younger sister Montana, who is actually 20 years younger than I am. My mom kind of got into a new relationship when I was in my like early 20s, and she had Montana, and Montana is a very talented singer. She is wanting to do country music, and so they've spent basically the last year in Nashville trying to pursue that, but nothing new. I know she's recording new songs to release, but I'm not sure when they're going to do that. I also know she auditioned for American Idol, and I know she made it through the first round, but they're still waiting to find out like what the next steps are. But that's it's a long process for that, and there's so many different auditions that you have to go through to get like actually on the show. Oh, thank you, Gerald. Yes, make sure you give us a thumbs up. It helps us out. Thank you, Swapna. So Montana, her songs are on, I think, all streaming platforms. If you look up Montana Dane, you can hear some of the songs that she has released. She wrote most of the songs. I think she may have had like other people help her with the writing, but she did most of the lyrics for them. Speaking of songs and lyrics, we use ChatGPT. I use it every day to like search things that I'm curious about, or like, well, what happens when this happens, or what does this mean? And I had these like lyrics in my head. And I was like, oh, that'd be a funny song. And so I put it in ChatGPT, and I was like, can you make this into a song? And it basically told me that it could. And after like an hour of like saying the music is rendering, I finally was like, it doesn't sound like this is something you're capable of. And it it was like, yes, you're right. I can't do this, but here are 3 apps that can. And so I downloaded one of the apps that you can actually make music on, and I put the lyrics in it, and within like 30 seconds, it gave me an entire song, and it was good. However, you can also follow people who make songs, and my 10 favorite songs right now are from this site. It's called Sono, Sono. You should definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun.
How did we go from Montana to Sono?
Singing.
Oh yeah,
lyrics.
I had to pee. Sorry.
AI songs.
I got a refill and I had to pee. But yeah, Montana is so talented. Okay, so someone on Instagram said, living in Tennessee, I'm guessing your kids don't have many friends with same-sex parents. How do you talk with them about it? Yeah, like very true. I would actually probably say they have no friends at their school with same-sex parents. However, we do show them any chance that we get, like when we travel or even on social media. We're always, if we see a same-sex family, we're like, guys, look at that. They have 2 dads, or like a movie or a TV show. We always make a point to point it out to them. And now I don't know, like we're so open with things with our kids like that, like being gay, fostered adoption, like it's so normal in the way we talk about it that like, I don't know, they're very aware of it. And then we've met a few people online, some of our good friends Mo and Justin. They have a son named Brady. They're on here on social media, and they came and stayed with us this past spring. And so Brady's around the same age as our kids, and that was nice to see that. And then they're surrounded by like all of our friends who are gay, so like they're just very aware of the situation.
Yeah. I will say last year was probably our oldest is beginning to have problems at school where people are making fun of him or talking about the fact that he has two dads. And last year was the worst so far. The year before there was like one thing that happened, but last year it was like multiple times. And I'm afraid he's going into 5th grade this year, and I'm afraid that we're going to have more of that. And it's just like I don't know. I don't really know how to handle it. Like, we've talked to the school. I don't think they know how to handle it. And it's like we want to talk to the kids' parents, and I don't know that we haven't had that opportunity yet. And so I don't know. And I know so he's in 5th grade. Next year he'll be at a new school where there's new kids, and I think that's going to be even worse because the kids that he goes to school with now, they all know that, and they've all like at this point are like good with it, except for like the one or two. And however, I will say he went up to the one who did it last year, and he was like, "Are you going to be nice to me this year?" And she was like, "Yeah, the only reason why I was mean is because you got us kicked off the basketball court." And so that was her reasoning of doing it, but I guess we'll see.
You guys, you don't know how hard it is, or maybe you do, as a parent, whenever your kid comes home and they say that one of the kids is picking on them.
I'm gonna go get water real quick.
And you want to like just be so mean to like an innocent little child who like just probably doesn't know better because it's all they've heard from their parents. Like, you want to be like, oh, tell them to, like, you really have to find your inner, like, what's the word I'm searching for? Inner niceness, and just be like, handle it respectfully and like with dignity and maturity, but you really want to say some mean things.
One of my not so good choices as a parent was he came home one day and he was like, so-and-so said this, and I said this, and I was like, okay, what you need to do next time is say this. And I'm not proud of it, but I'm also like, do not make fun of my son.
Yeah. Especially for something that like he can't control. Like, it's not his fault. It's no one's fault that we're gay, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like they're making fun of him for his parents. And it's like, it's so low. It's so low. And I just keep being like, like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high.
Thank you, Tom, over on TikTok. 10 years. That's amazing. Yeah. So I have asked him multiple times, especially last year, if he wanted to homeschool. He's like, no, I love school. And all three of our kids really love school. Which means it's a great school. It's just, we're going to have issues. Like, I mean, I'm sure every parent has moments where their kids are being picked on, but
this is just ours.
Yeah.
Allie over on YouTube said, if you guys do get the chance to speak with the parents, how do you feel that they will react?
I would say that, I don't know. I want to approach it like, if you're not okay with it, that's fine. But please have your kid just not talk to our kid.
Yeah. Like no, bullying is never acceptable, I feel like.
Yeah.
In any form.
Yeah. Somebody asked on TikTok if we plan on having any more kids. I think Thomas would. There was a time in the very beginning when we got adopted our kids that we both talked about. We had 2 boys and a girl, and we both talked about wanting to potentially to adopt a girl, so that Anna had a girl. And it is things that she's brought up before, that she's the only girl in the house, and been kind of sad about it. But she has a very close relationship with her Aunt Cherish, my mom, and Thomas's mom. And so she has, and she spends a lot of time. I mean, she was with Cherish yesterday all day, so she spends a lot of time with them.
Yeah. I mean, our family feels complete right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Going back to like, how do we think the parents will react? I've also found, that people are, when you confront them or talk to them in person, they are very different. Don't you think? Like if you're just upfront with them, I honestly doubt that the parents would. They would probably just be like, okay, yep, we'll tell them not to do it anymore. Like I doubt that they would put up a fight. Maybe.
Yeah.
But people are much more likely to say something behind your back or online than in your face. If you believe in what you're saying and you confront them with like your chest and conviction, you must have the courage of your convictions, as Julia Child says, then they're much less likely to be a bully. Someone said I seem off tonight.
Well, you didn't feel very good earlier. He was having indigestion.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't feel like I feel off. Do I seem off? Maybe I need more wine.
Okay, so we're in the last part of Vino Vent. We always do about an hour, and how we like to end them is what we're listening to and what we're watching. And we also want recommendations because we are big TV and movie people. That's where we like are in our cozy, comfortable popcorn,
Yes,
cozy blanket. We do it every night almost. But yeah, this is Thomas's specialty too. He can tell you every Academy Award winner.
No, I can't.
Every Tony, well, not really Tony, but
no.
Grammy, Academy Awards,
Emmy, Golden Globes, American Music Awards.
Yeah. So why don't you tell everybody what we're watching?
Okay. So I feel like we kind of went through a rut where we weren't really watching anything. Nothing was interesting us.
Yeah.
But lately we have been watching a couple of things. So we've been watching Department Q on Netflix, which is a really fun, European mystery show.
I think it's like based out of Scotland.
I think so too. And it's really good. It's on Netflix. I mean, it came out a couple months ago, but my mom watched it and loved it. And we've been seeing it pop up and we finally decided to watch it. And it's really good. We're not finished with it just yet, but it's intriguing and there's a mystery and it's gritty and moody and yeah, it's really good. So we've been watching Department Q.
Actually, that is so cool. That's like 20 minutes from us, Charleston, Tennessee.
Oh, that is, yeah. We've also been watching, obviously Wednesday just came out, so we started that, liking that.
We're only like halfway through an
That's
episode.
true. Okay. I'm like, we love that. Yeah. We liked the first season.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago.
It seems like it was like the parts that we had watched was giving Wicked. Like they go up to their upstairs room and it's like half pink and half
yeah.
Like
that's true. It did look like Wicked.
Oh, that was an amazing movie this summer that we watched. Wicked, right? Or did we watch when did Wicked
summer? It came out in November of last year.
Okay, never mind. It seems like it wasn't that long ago.
No, it's like, and then part 2 comes out in November too.
Okay.
And then so we're doing Wednesday, and then but our favorite show right now is Dexter Resurrection. It is so good. I never watched the original Dexter, but I know the gist of it. And then we've been watching the new one that just came out, and oh my gosh, love it. Love Michael C. Hall. He's such a babe.
Lane said there's a wonderful movie from Belgium called Young Hearts. I would very much recommend it.
Ooh, okay. Thanks.
Young Hearts. Yeah, we'll look into that.
Someone said that we should watch Silo.
We did watch.
Yeah, for some reason we didn't finish season 2.
Yeah, we watched all of season 1. The Gilded Age. We get that recommendation all the time. We started it, we just never got into it.
I probably could have kept going. Yeah, it wasn't the first season. We watched like the first 3 episodes. It was not must-watch TV for me. I know it's like labeled the best worst show on television. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Oh wow.
People say it's not good, but like it's so fun to watch. I think that we should give it another shot though, because even tonight we were saying Mo and Justin, our friends, they were like, "Are you guys caught up on the Gilded Age?" And so everyone likes it.
Kyle, I did watch 6 Feet Under back when it came out. And then Derek over on TikTok said that he loves Dexter and he's watched it 3 times through.
Oh, nice.
The Vampire Diaries. Okay, so fun fact. There was a period of my life where I did like feature and extra work and what is it whenever you're a stand-in.
Mhm.
I was a stand-in. So I was on the Vampire Diaries on the episode is called The Five, and I was one of the 5. I die and I have no speaking lines, but I have like a wig on. The show opens with me and 4 other.
What
5.
season?
I don't remember, maybe 3. But if you look up The Five, The Vampire Diaries, you'll see me in the first like 10 minutes of it. Maybe. I think it opens with.
It does open with you.
So there's like a fire and like vampire hunters standing around it, and I was one of them. But then I also did background work on it. So there's a few episodes where you'll see me in the back, and then I did stand-in work for Klaus. And what was Paul? What was his character name?
Paul.
Isn't
Paul?
Isn't his real name Paul? It's like Ian and
Ian Somerhalder, and
I stood in for him once.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, watched it for a while.
Yeah, you guys should check out The Five. He looks so cute.
All right, what else?
Yeah, so
Just Like That. Thomas watched that one.
I love it. Just Like That, you guys. I am so sad that it's ending. That's like my show that PJ.
Stefan, yeah, that's what it was.
That was fun. We watched the first season of it and Just Like That together, but he kind of checked out, and so it's been like my gym on the treadmill show, or just whenever I can find time to watch it. And I love it, and I'm so sad that it's ending. So I started Sex and the City all over again. Okay, so that's what we're watching on TV. We're open to the guild. I have a whole like notes section on my phone of stuff to watch. So, we need to check out. So after this, what are we gonna watch? I guess we're gonna finish Dexter because we started the most recent episode. We didn't finish it.
Yeah, we'll do Dexter and maybe Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got like a few minutes left. Let's talk about what we're listening to. So, and also maybe what we were listening to this summer. Maren Morris. Love her.
Love.
She just had a new album come out, Dreamsicle, and she just released a couple, like maybe 2 more songs. One of them is called Be a Bitch. So good. The entire album is amazing. I love every song. There's not one song that I skip when I listen to it. So Maren Morris for me, and then Sabrina Carpenter. She had a new, or was that?
She had a new song, but her album comes out next month, maybe, right?
Yeah, we love her.
No, Joe Jonas's new album.
We listened to Joe Jonas at the beach. We had that one on repeat. What else?
Guys, don't sleep on Joe Jonas. His album like did not do well. I think critically it did okay, but like commercially not really. It's so good. It's giving Harry Styles. It's giving Benson Boone. The tracks are so catchy and they're so well written.
Oh my God. Hi, Cassie. She said we popped up on her For You.
Cassie Parker?
I can't zoom in on the picture. What is Cassie?
Picture.
I can't see the picture well enough to make out.
I don't know. What else are we listening to? It's me.
Cassie Parker. Aw, I have not. Are you still in Boston? I feel like you were in Boston. So we have if you go back real far, okay, we have a YouTube video where Cassie is in. You'll see why we love her so much. She is so funny. But yeah. Hi, welcome, and thanks for joining. We do Vino Vent every Sunday at 8 o'clock, so you should come back next week. I'd love to see you next time you're in town.
Yeah. Through a Ouija board. Yeah. It is kind of like a Ouija board, huh?
Oh my God, I love you, Cassie. I was actually looking at a picture of us sitting in front of, God, what was the name of that? It was a lodge at Horns Creek, and was it sunset? We were about to do a changeover, and we were like sitting, and then I there was another photo where we were at I think it's called the Apricot Sugarloaf. Yeah, it was Sugarloaf. The Apricot Cafe. It was me, you, and Rachel
Jess Cook said, "Oh my God, I work there."
at Horns Creek. It's been like so many
Wow.
different names since then, but so Cassie and I go way back. We worked at a youth camp in the middle of nowhere, which is also where our farm is, and it was so much fun. I have so many memories from that period specifically. I was there for a long time, but that period was my favorite time of being there. Okay.
And then real quick, something that we're reading.
Well, I'm not a reader.
That I'm reading is Gwyneth.
This is a like very heated topic because a lot of people do not like her.
I know, you guys. Okay, so listen, I'm reading the Gwyneth Paltrow biography by Amy Odell. If you don't follow her Substack, Back Row, that's a must-read newsletter every week. I love it. Anyways, she wrote Anna, the unauthorized biography on Anna Wintour in 2022 or 3, and then she just came out with Gwyneth, the unauthorized biography of Gwyneth Paltrow, 2 weeks ago, and I've been reading it. Listen, you guys, I posted it to stories saying that I'm reading it, and people were like, one message was like, I'm unfollowing because of this. Like, she's the worst person ever. And I'm like, yes, like that's precisely why there's a biography about her. And that's precisely why I'm reading it. Gwyneth Paltrow is one of those cultural forces that you either love or you hate. And for 30 years, she's been in culture and kind of like guiding culture, and like you literally, you can't stand her or you think she's wonderful. I think that I love her. I think she's so wild and so unapologetically herself, and that's why I love her. Anyways,
somebody said, "What's on the table behind you?" So Thomas's mom she watched a TikTok where donkeys were playing with a squeaky toy, and we have 3 donkeys at our farm, so she bought this for them. We need to take it out there. But yeah. TikTok is like, you're reaching your hour point. Okay. So we did our first, it's not our official Vino Vent. This was like, I was telling Thomas, this is like our test run. Next week is our first official Vino Vent. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. YouTube, we love you. Instagram, we love you. TikTok, we love you. Cassie, I love you. But yeah, we'll be back next Sunday, 8:00.
Yeah. Next Sunday or Monday?
I say we do Sunday, and then we'll decide if we may move it to Monday nights just because it will be easier. But I'm liking so much, my thumb hurts. Thank you. All right. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. We will see you around.
Yes. Bye, guys.